What are your memories of some of your matches with Rick Rude? I think that was like the last guy you worked with before you left.
Hard worker, very opinionated, not kinda, to where he liked things done his way. Many times I didn't mind. I had a good business sense, okay? But a lot on some situations, you would have to take a deep breath and just take a back door. That if you on this situation he wanted it done this way. Bottom line, he was looking out for Rude. Okay, he was looking out for Rick Rude. I knew it. I felt it. But no sense of arguing about it because you're not going to get anywhere trying to change it. You know, if it was a situation that he came up with that presented something to do with me or maybe something to do with us, it could be changeable. But if it was something that he wanted to do in the ring or in the course of a match or a pay-per-view show or something, that you knew in your heart that this is a Rick Rude thing, you have no chance in hell on getting it changed.
Right.
It's going to be step by step, this little scenario, you know.
Now, I heard from other people that Vince McMahon claims that one of the reasons that you left the WWF is because you didn't want to do a job to the Undertaker. Is there any truth to that at all?
I could see Vince saying it that way. When I gave my notice, I told you I stepped off the plane,
right?
Got back on, gave my notice. My last shot was a TV shot, and Mike Rotundo,
right?
What was he? The
IRS.
IRS. They're filming 2 shows on TV. And in both shows, one to work with the IRS, the other work with the Undertaker. Both shows, they wanted me to do a stretcher job, carry me out in a stretcher, and I said no to that. I said I didn't have a problem. I said I'll put Mike over in the middle. I'll put my shoulders down. I said I'll put my shoulders down for the Undertaker, right in the middle. But number one, Vince, if you do a stretcher job, and I don't know which guy I was working with first, Rotundo or Undertaker, but if I do a stretcher job in the first hour, and the place is sold out, you got 20,000 people here, and you see they take me out in a stretcher, what are they going to think of our business? Because it had not gotten all that kind of exposure like it's been getting, in the last 5 years. This was 91. What would they think if they saw Steamboat get back in the ring for the second hour? Just right 20 minutes earlier, he got taken out in a stretcher. I'm not wanting to do that to the business. And I sort of also said it this way, as maybe it would help Vince persuade him. And I also said I wouldn't want to do it to your company. A little shot there, but a logical one. Right? I wouldn't want to do it to your company, Vince. God, But I said, I'll put my shoulders down in the middle for him. Any way you want. 1, 2, 3, beat me. Next hour, 1, 2, 3, beat me. But I'm not going to do a stretcher job.
All right. When you left, was it on good terms, or you think?
No, right then he said, if you're not going to do stretcher jobs, you're terminated right now. Get out of here. Leave. I said, okay.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Wow. How'd you wind up getting back into WCW?
Phone call. Yeah.
Memories of teaming with Dustin Rhodes.
Dustin's a good kid. Yeah. Tried to get along with everybody. Very conscious about his work. Worked very, 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 very hard. I think in the back of his mind, he always felt that he had some shoes to fill, like with his dad. But, his dad was limited on what he could do in the ring. Dustin, as young as he was, he already was destined. You could see that he was going to be a good worker.
I think that was some of his best matches when he teamed with you.
Yeah.
What was your relationship with Bill Watts?
A lot of respect for each other. Respected Billy. He respected me. Kind of nice. Felt good. Respected Bill. Bill was, basically from the old school. You know, he got a time, you know, he wanted baby faces and the heel to be separate.
Right.
I think there were times that even in booking flights, if there was enough flights going to a particular city, backup flights, he would have heels maybe going on an 8 o'clock flight, and baby faces going on a 9:30. You know, very protective of the business.
Right.
Do not ride with each other. Be careful, even if you're being seen at the gym, working out at the same time with each other. You know. So.
What are some of your memories of your series with Barry Windham and Arn Anderson?
Yeah. I love Arn. Great worker, also a good guy. If you're his friend, you know, he's another guy that'll go to bat for you. And I could give Arn a call and say, Arnie, I'm stuck here in Baltimore. I need some help. He would find a way. He would. One of those type of guys. Great, a lot of fun, good psychology. You know, he's a good worker. Great, you know, good timing. Got a great mind for the business. Good finish man. A lot of guys in the locker room, if they were having a problem putting a finish together, Arn would do this, and this, and that. Yeah, you know, light bulb would come on. The guy said, "Gee, why didn't we think of that?" You know, thanks.
Right.
Just great mind.
How about Cactus Jack? Your memories of working with Cactus?
You know, every time you bring up these names, I always get the feeling that every single one of these guys would go to bat for me. Every single one of these guys would work their ass off for me. You know, Cactus the same way. But you know, he's off camera. He's a great guy anyway, right?
Yeah.
Right. And but you know, I don't know why. That's, you know, I don't know, my reputation or whatever. It just I'm working with Steamboat for the next couple of months. Oh God, great. You know. You know, but that's a good feeling. You know, that's a real good feeling, Rob. And I know I rode with guys for so many years, and they, you know, they get in the car and they're sitting in the back seat and they say, "Hey, Steamer." I say, "What?" God, I had to go to the office today. They told me I'm going to be working with so and so and so and so. Holy Jesus, do I dread this? You know,
Right.
That's the other side of the coin, right? You know. But
how did you wind up getting paired with Shane Douglas? How did that come about? You know that. You know, Shane. I'm pretty sure Shane didn't go to the office. Said, "Would you consider or take into consideration to team me up with Steamboat?" I know I didn't. Right.
I think maybe the company was just looking at
you guys together.
Just a couple of baby faces that make up a good baby face tag team.
Right.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with Shane too. He would always tell me, he says, "God, I learned so much from you tonight." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Believe it or not, when I'm standing in the apron, I'm like, I'm watching how you work, you know. I'm watching, God, look at that facial expression. Wow, why did he move his leg that way? Oh, man, look at the way he's moving his hand." He'd tell me this, we'd be riding back or something,
right.
You know. And then after I found out that he was so attentive, then I started doing more. He still watched me work in the ring, but then we'd start doing like classroom stuff on the way home in the car. If we had a 100-mile trip or 200-mile trip or something, we'd start talking about timing, ring psychology, that aspect of the business. And Shane's a bright guy. I mean, he's intelligent. You know, he's a smart cookie. He's got a good IQ, so he picked up things very well, very well. Him and I still talk. We, you know, every couple of months or so, we may call each other. I would have to say that he probably calls me more than I do return his calls. And whenever they were coming into Charlotte to film TVs, he'd always call me ahead of time, and we'd always meet for dinner. You know, I could probably tell you of the thousands of wrestlers that I've met over my entire career, I could probably just give you a handful, 5, on guys that I could say that were truly there for me. You know what a nip and tuck business this is,
right.
Backstabbing, you know,
who can talk behind who's back to get that position.
Right.
But there's probably just a handful of guys. Shane's one of them. Arn's one of them. Nikita's one of them. You know, guys that I know that if I was in trouble, they're just a phone call away. You know, Flair's one of them too. Yeah.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.